Okay. There we go. I want to invite Okay, the next one is right. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay. Yes. Whoops. Anybody's tuning in, I'm utilizing the option to invite those that had said they wanted to come or possibly come. SIMR, maybe it's okay. You're not going to come. SINR, nope. How about Chris? Okay. I think I invited those that, get out of that. Okay. I think I invited those that, nope, I didn't get, I don't think I got Kimberly. And I'm only seeing one showing. Okay. Let's see. Kim, there you are. Okay. Hey, Kelly. Hello, my sweet girl. Yeah, you's an awesome kitty. All right. Oh, hey. All right. I just invited a bunch of people that said they were wanting to come. Hopefully that'll make it easier for them to join in. Okay, are you going to get your... Okay. Nope. Are you going to write yourself? I shouldn't have done that. Come on, you can do it. Let me know how I look. If I look funny. If I don't look straight. If I don't think it likes it that I had it one way and I just moved it, but I don't want to, I had to invite people, so I had to have it this way first. So yeah, Johan, if you can still see me okay, that would be helpful. Okay. And I'm still, I'm not sideways. Right. Okay. Well, I want to give people a few more minutes to connect in. We're going to be talking tonight about honoring all levels of your being. And I'm kind of deciding how much I'm going to go ahead and read the main SEPA, and then we'll also then go and do the practice part of it. But I just feel with this particular one that's there she is. Okay, we got two people. So I'm gonna say let's go ahead and get going, because I'm usually pretty good for the most part of being pretty much on time. I try to respect people's time as much as possible. But being in the working with Guardian time, sometimes you can't do that. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, yeah. I have to, it's not, let's see. I'm using my phone. Yeah, I am. I am too. Because I've got better reception with my phone than I do with my computer. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that, because it's funny looking, everything, my phone was this way, and so everything was like that, and I've turned it sideways, but it's still that way. But I'm just hoping I'm not looking funny to you all, because if I am, I'm going to have to pick the phone back up and but I needed to charge my phone for a little bit. Okay, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and read first the SEPA itself, and then we'll do the Harmonizing Meditation, and then go and do the practice. Yeah. Read my messages that way. Okay. Yeah, all right. And again, if you guys have any questions, by all means, just type them in and I'll I'll look at them sideways. Okay. All right. Honor all levels of your being now. From this density 1 three-dimensional universe to all multidimensional levels, expanding from the core of your source being as the all oneness to the farthest expansions of the leading edge of creation. Know that you are a soul over soul, Christos avatar, a Rishi and Buddha, all the way up to the Christ star and beyond. So embrace them all. Breathing into each level, and remember who you are every moment you be. Keylontic Teachings is a branch of the science of vibrational mechanics. Yesha Reyes, formerly Ashiana Dean, brought the information through. This science had become a part of the original ancient myth stories told throughout all ancient earth cultures. So originally those teachings were embodied in those stories, but as we know, got kind of rooted out. These teachings are the mechanics of creation and manifestation. In this body of science, there is no hierarchy in terms of anyone being higher or lower than anyone else. There are just different mediums of expression of the one. Another way of saying this is there is a spheres within spheres within spheres, right? Spheres within spheres within spheres into infinity of expression within the one, and there is no level that anyone is not a current part of. So we have all our different selves in all these different realms. And whatever your vocal point is, because each of those selves have their vocal point and they expand out, but your vocal point, that's the one you focus on of the all, your eternal being from that perspective out to all of them, and then they do their same, and it just is this beautiful lattice lattice work, I guess. Bubble of lattices. Bubble of lattices. Also, this concept can never be repeated too many times that the Chris code, Partakai, is the program that creates the pre-manifest building blocks of Keylons of creation, which is the substance that makes up the elements that eventually create everything we know as manifest, such as quarks and leptons. The Chris code, or the Trinity of life, holds the encryption of who we are as the in-breath and out-breath, perpetually renewing conscious aware one. The Trinity, the light sound one, flashing, vibratory in-breath, electrical out-breath, Yeah, they're perpetually renewing. That's how organic consciousnesses are. They're perpetually renewing, breathing through the neural network pathways, so to speak, of what we call the cathartic grid structure. We have a conscious aware identity which is inherent in the Chris code design that we as God Source First Eternal Ayah created life in our own image. In other words, we could not create anything that was not you, me, we, us, they, it. We cannot destroy or kill any part of self, no matter how conflicted those finite second creation mechanic parts of self may be. It is experiencing life on the leading edge of existence as we run right down the rabbit holes of possibility. So now let us embody these finite second creation rabbit holes back into the fullness of who we be. In the Chris code design of our current time matrix, we created 5 harmonic universes, HU, or we call it densities, of expression to experience all life simultaneously now within the unified field or spheres within spheres principle. Each harmonic universe comprises 3 dimensions or spheres within spheres of mediums of identity expression. These 5 harmonic incarnates, okay, the harmonic universe 1, which is what we're at, the density 1, dimensions 1, 2, and 3. It's the incarnate level. Our next level out, which would be our harmonic universe 2, our density level, or soul, is also connected to Terra. Harmonic universe 3 is our oversoul level, Gaia. Harmonic universe 4, the avatar level, Christos, our blueprint. And harmonic universe 5, our Rishi level, our primal light and sound fields. Okay. And each density realm or harmonic universe has the density 1, which would embody the molecular structure, density, and then dimension 2 would be the elemental, emotional elemental body. What we see when we look down. Did we just get another? Oh, no. Okay. When we look down at our bodies, that's what we see. Our D3 ego, the epigenetic overlay, the holographic conscious elemental world that we create around us. So that's our holographic reality and our particular lone harmonic world that we create, connecting into the root chakra into the core of the earth, to then also connect into the morphogenetic shield of the planetary consciousness. So, which is why we can all see trees, except each of us see our own tree, but we still have the idea of a tree. But each of us see that tree differently, just a little bit differently. Okay. Each state of expression or being becomes less dense or solid in appearance and more silica or less dense state. Each harmonic universe is a matter state of experiential consciousness that is separated by repulsion zones or locks that give the appearance of dimensionality, which is how it's all in the same space. There's different angular rotation of particle spin. So yeah, it's all together, but just slightly different spin speeds, so to speak, or flashing sequences, and there's little energetic blocks or repulsion zones or radial capsules that separate the density worlds so that you have density 1, density 2. If you didn't have those tissue capsules or repulsion zones, it would just all do that. Let's see. Like a spiral of energy that swirls down or up, so do our consciousness swirl up and down the crystal spiral of life. As the spiral becomes wider at the top, more awareness is gleaned. The lower down the spiral, the narrower the spiral, less awareness is gleaned. Yet, Without the spiral, there would be no manifest experience, and no matter where on the spiral one is at, you, me, we, us, they, it, are the spiral. We're still the whole spiral. These levels of the spiral are all interconnected into a Cathara grid structure, which looks like you can see it, at least from my view. Again, Arias Productions. Not mine, I didn't create it. Cathara grid is an energetic blueprint built on Keylon's crystal code that all life is created from. Just like a circuit board, it has energy lines and energy centers that electromagnetic energy runs through spirals of vortices of coded matrix data called chakras. So those people that keep saying, oh, I got to get rid of my chakras, probably not really a good plan. Because they're part of your anatomy. They have a function. They may be a little messed up, but they have a function. These ordered, aware, conscious, sentient, electromagnetic key lines create all of what we experience as a manifest holographic matrix. Each density body level holds the coding or information for all other universal expressions, which expands all the way into the core of our God Source First Eternal. We do not need to travel anywhere. We are the answer, and the body is not the enemy or something to overcome. As many traditional teachings say, the body is far more than what we have been taught it is. We are not the body, we are not of the body, but nor are we separate either. The body is our heritage of whom we have become and where we are going. The body is a reflection of our elemental life. It is a source at its basic core itself, the D2 emotional vibratory elemental level. In each harmonic universe, the control dimension is the D2 central position. So HU1 equals D2, HU2 equals D5, HU3 equals D8 on your, which creates our central body current, right? And our shield discs with the repulsion zones between them. Okay, so our body is pretty important, or powerful. It's way more than what we think it is, but it's just become so shut down, we've forgotten. So each dimension correlates to a chakra, so we see that the control positions to the chakras that create what we know as the main chakras, again, of the central body current of the human body. This has also been referred to as the Kundalini energy. This missing information helps us to understand the importance of Kundalini energy and the part it plays in our evolution and the universe's evolution. So above as below as below as above. The Christ Cathara blueprint design is the same for the atom as it is for the universe and everything in between. In other words, what affects the individual affects the planet and vice versa. When each of us even begins to understand this reality, we all realize how all life is precious and powerful, and the sky is literally the limit, eternity, of what we all can be. We also come to understand that only real lasting change comes from within and not from what we manipulate from without, which is really the manifested past of the thought now, which has created from within. Okay, so basically, when we think a thought, and we have especially if we have a feeling with it, that feeling is a chemical manifest response. So there, right there is a manifestation. But the thought was first. So that thought created, and then the thought intention is the next creation out, but that is after you've thought it, so it's still the past. And then when you start out picturing in your hologram, it's really the past. It's already done with. It's just out pictured, like literally like a holographic. When you take a physical snapshot. So yeah. Okay. All right. So we will now do the Harmonizing Meditation. So get kind of comfy, and then we'll do the Harmonizing Meditation and just go right into the practice, and then answer any questions, and then I may kind of say a few things, and then we'll probably end it for the evening. Okay. Hopefully you all have your water close by. Okay. Now slowing your breathing down, take a deep belly breath. And just relaxing into the different parts of the body. Hands, arms, shoulders. I'm probably going a little bit faster than I normally do because guys have all done this. We both have done this with me before. I know there'll be people tuning in later, but hopefully they've done week 1. They got it down pat. Neck. Breathing into the head, into the pineal. Looking at the third eye. Hold. Build charge. Build charge. Build charge. And release. Flowing down the spine. Hips and pelvis. Legs. Knees. Ankles. Feel connected to the floor, breathing in and breathing out, and being aware of where you're laying down, how your body is supported by the bed, how the bed is supported by the floor is supported by the earth, all the way down into Aurora Earth Core Field. And again, just feeling that, breathing into that Aurora Earth Core Field. And for some of you, connecting into Orion Earth as well. And then sense the energy coming up, 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 up to the bottoms of your feet. Breathing into the bottoms of your feet. Then breathing again into the bottom of your feet, but this time breathe 6 inches below your feet. Breathing into 6 inches below your feet. Breathe out another 6 inches below your feet, making it 12. Breathing. Feeling a effervescence of that pale silver crystal hydrolase plasma frequency effervescence moving up through your central body current, up through your feet, up through your body. Up out to deep space above you, breathing into deep space. And then feeling it coming back down through the top of your head. Breathing it into your heart area, holding to build charge, build charge, build charge. And then when you release it through your cells of your body and all around you. Okay. Sit quietly breathing, be with it. And for those of you that's connected into your pod space, connect into your pod space, feeling your manifestation template beneath you. Those hopefully joining in the future will have done that technique as well. Their free introductory session. Yeah, smelling and hearing the flow of the aquifers as you come to stand on your manifestation template. Feeling your pillar of peace, the Alhambra snowflakes, the Alesian flame wave. Once you have become steady in this state of being from within your harmonized pillar of peace, and again, even if you haven't done the session, you're running the powerful frequencies connecting with Aurora Earth, which is many of the Alhambra energies. This is just a deeper level with the pot space and the Alesian flames. No Hordic frequencies and higher. We will go to connect. Practicing honoring all levels of your being now. This technique is best to do now that we've done the harmonizing meditation. First, we will meditate on certain questions that I will say, and then you'll focus on them. And the below questions are about the Chris code and Keylons. Once you have an inner intuitive sense that is personal to you, then read over, and then we'll go and read over the different harmonic universe in a little bit more detail. So the first question to just kind of sit with, what is the Chris code, right? The Trinity. When you, oh, Kimberly, yay. So when you sit with, and we just got done, I don't know when you tuned in, so hopefully just kind of do a charging breath and just kind of tune in and kind of pull up your personal shield, because I know you do a lot of this work. So we're just tuning in on, practicing honoring all levels of your being now, but first we're looking at what is the Chris code. When you say that Trinity, that light sound one, just kind of energetically tune into what that means to you. And how does it relate to who we are, who you are on a personal level. The next question is, what are Keylons? Okay. We had talked about them earlier. The building blocks of creation, the light sound one, what the Chris code uses to create. What part do they play in our daily creations? So just tune into the word Keylon and just kind of feel it out and tune into what it means for you personally in your daily creations. very conscious and very aware. Pure consciousness at its best. Okay. And just allow whatever it is to come, feeling, visuals, sounds, sensations. Just allow it to be whatever it is. And then next we're going to look at what are the 5 harmonic universes and how do they relate to who we are on a personal level. So what I'm going to do is read through each of them initially, again, and then we'll go through each of them and experience being there. Okay? And then move on to the next one. It's like, again, incarnate, next level out, next level out, next level out. And again, we've gotten our fields charged. We're on a higher frequency. So we'll embody the more positive Aurora / Uriah Earth timeline when we do this. Harmonic Universe Density 1. Okay, Earth, incarnate, singular form of consciousness, matter, gross physical matter density state. Okay. Harmonic Universe Density 2, Terra, angelic soul realm, race, family of consciousness, antimatter, particle earth, semi-etheric, and semi-matter density state, considered heaven by some. Harmonic Universe Density 3, Gaia, oversoul, planetary family of consciousness, etheric silicate density state. Harmonic Universe Density 4, Arimatina, Lyra system, avatar, Christos, prematter, hydroplasmic, omnipolar, liquid light density state, the blueprint from which we all came from in this time matrix, galactic family of consciousness. And then Harmonic Universe Density 5, Rishi primal light and sound fields, silica gas thermoplasmic based spherical form, a sun or a star. Okay, so going back again to the first one, so Harmonic Universe Density 1, Earth incarnate, singular form of consciousness, matter, gross physical matter density state. So just take a moment to breathe and feel the physicalness of your being. Just tune into the cells, the consciousness of the cells. Even feeling the consciousness of what you're sitting on, the air that you're breathing, the light that may be shining on you. They're all physical, manifest, earthly expressions. Knowing that the cells are Keylon codes, communicating with each other, aware of each other. Harmonic Universe Density 2, Tara, Angelic Soul Realm, Race Family of Consciousness, antimatter, particle earth, semi-etheric and semi-matter density state, considered heaven by some. So you just kind of, and then expand out your consciousness a little bit, connecting to the next sphere of consciousness of your being. It's still a bit on the dense state, but much lighter, much less heavier. Much more ease of movement within the consciousness of it. Still Keylon coded, but the Keylons are much more awake, much more shiny, much more able to embody more light energy. But they're still phasing, they still hold magnetics. We're still in the light body structure. And again, our density 1 was body, was our root chakra, sacral, and raw center or tummy. Now connecting more into our heart, throat, and mind. Pineal. Feel the consciousness within that space. And feel the consciousness of the self that is there in that space, that's connecting into a higher probability timeline, that's connected into the Aurora / Uriah connection. Just feel that presence. That awareness, that knowing, just that, what's that part of you is just feeling nice connection. It might even tell you something. If not, that's okay. You're just feeling that connection. Harmonic Universe Density 3, Gaia, Oversoul, Planetary Family of Consciousness, Etheric Silicate Density State. Kind of mama, or mama. Okay. So again, kind of breathing in again, feeling that Tara, and then expanding out at the next level. Again, we're connecting into the Aurora frequency spectra that's connecting us into a higher timeline, probability line, into Uriah Earth. Feeling Gaia's connection, her healing, And this is very, very kind of, your form would be more floaty, very less dense, hardly any real form to it. Still some form, but it's much more able to change your form. Probably more it will. And yes, he joined us. Okay, great, Michael. Just breathe, tune in, get your fields up, because I know you do the work, so just tune in. You can get in your little love bubble. I think you do that work. And we're connecting right in. We've connected in, so to sort of feel out your density 1 expression, Michael, and breathe into that, and then kind of feel your, and we're connecting into the Aurora Continuum, connecting into Uriah Earth, so we're in a higher probability timeline when we connect. Connecting into Tara, connecting into Gaia, our oversoul. Have more of our mother matrix, or mama. Just really feeling the frequency. Really much more flashing, but a very full light. Floaty, more movement, more able to change your form at will, more able to, what you see just easily really manifests. And just embody that part of yourself that lives in that domain. And just really feeling yourself expanding more. And you just feel really like a really big orb consciousness. And there's just this peacefulness. Just almost like you move with colors. It's just this feeling of movement with the colors, different colors of consciousness. Harmonic Universe Density 4, Aramatena, Lyra System, Avatar State, the blueprint from which we all came from in this time matrix, Galactic Family of Consciousness. So again, breathing in, feeling our connection with Gaia, and then expanding out to the next level, to our Christos, Prematter, Hydroplasma, omnipolar, liquid light, so pale silver liquid light being consciousness, which really forms itself into different forms and then moves out to other things and moves in as a liquidy light being, taking form, shape, but then moving out to different shapes even more. This is a consciousness that is very aware of its different density realms that it embodies. The avatar is able to, at will, which we are connecting into a higher probability timeline, So this particular consciousness level of your being knows how to move into the consciousness of density 1, then to density 2, 3, back into its realm, back down again at will. It's very flexible, very knowledgeable, very awake and aware and able, very expansive in consciousness. It's almost like you can feel your physical form moving a bit liquidy. Almost like what's that series of the end of the, of the electric people in the air, what is that called? Anyway, that character machine could become the pale silver liquid and just come into liquid, and then as a liquidy thing move around and take on the form of things. Kind of like that, but yet in a positive way. Expansive and freeing way. And just really having a feeling of kind of connecting into the whole silicate matrix of this time. You know, really feeling the different density levels and worlds within it, and planetary structures within this realm. They're very expansive. You connect with planets in this space. Harmonic Universe Density 5, Rishi Primal Light and Sound Fields, Silica Gas Thermoplasmic Based Spherical Form, a Sun or a Star. So again, breathing into the Maharic level, and then out to the next level, which actually this consciousness surrounds the time matrix. It is the primal ooze, light and sound ooze of creation of this time matrix, to which had birthed the Maharic blueprint for all the density realms. This is a sun rishi, a star, very fiery, light, fire. But breathing. And connecting to other universes. So it embraces our system. It's full and complete within our system. Nurtures our system. Helps to breathe life through the monad within our D8 thymus. Also within our oversoul level. Breathing life into the matrix, perpetually renewing, continually creating. connecting with many cosmeo levels. Many crystal body, cathara gritty, orby structures interconnecting together, many, 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 many realms. Breathing life and fire, but a fire that's beautiful and life-giving. This information, of course, is Keylontic Science from Aureus Productions, Voyagers 2, Secrets of Amenti, and Cathara Level 1 by Ashiana Aureus can help with more detail. If you can get your hands on the Keylontic Dictionary, it's helpful too, for more detail personally for yourself. We are now, so we just kind of one more expansion out. We are now out of our matrix, moving through many pre-matter gas plasmatic radiation states, such as the Rashale, Mashayahana, Tantriyaja levels. Just feeling the expansion, and much more that all end up into the Silver Sea Christ Star that we all came from. Just feeling that connection into that Christ Star. And then just kind of feel yourself coming back. Feeling the gaseous state of the Rishi suns and stars. And coming back into your planetary consciousness of the Christ star, of the Christos. Your monadic, mama replenishing oversoul of the monad realm. Your Tara soul that connects you to all, more easily to all these levels. And then how that soul level manifests into the beautiful physical flashline pulsating consciousness of physical being that we are here. Feeling again, beautiful physical form, feeling what we're sitting or laying on, just really feeling it. The air, the light. And how all that to be just experienced somehow still is in the air around us. We can feel it. It's a part of us. Thanks for coming, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Yes. Okay, yeah, just coming back. Yeah, I've had a lot more releasing from one of us. Okay. So wiggle your fingers and toes and your body a bit to really kind of ground back in, and to bring on, again, you still have that consciousness with you. It's more awakened now, more activated, feeling it more as a part of who you are. And again, the more you work with the work, the more you work with the more you embody the Keylonic information, the Tandriya Hura teachings, the more you work, if you choose to work with the harmonizing journey to realignment, which really works with all this and more, connects you into your pod space, your Mashayahana prayer salon, which is part of your plasma spirit body mechanics. So when you connect into that, it opens you up to going deep into the eternal realms, deep into the core of Source itself, and very much into realigning your density 1, density 2, density 3, density 4, all your levels that connect with it. And initially, I've been working with Aurora Earth because that's what we were open to. That's what we had availability to. The crystal caverns have opened, so I'm finding the work that I'm doing is actually now opening up into Uriah Earth. So actually this next class, we're already doing it now. We're already doing work with connecting into Uriah Earth. The next class is really going to be focused on embodying and being and working with Uriah Earth on a personal level as well as on a planetary level. You can't separate the two, or interconnected to both. So I'm working with my guardian clan family, my particular Alhambra team, and the new guardians that have come in, the Ilania, Topelia, Uriah guys I've been working with. So again, this is the workbook for the class. So we utilize the my view of the Keylonic Science information with, again, I know I introduced Seth and Abraham Hicks and a few others because I pick out the gems out of those to incorporate into the Keylonic Science, to me, to make it a lot fuller and a lot more understandable and a lot more application to daily life, your relationships, your work, just different levels of things that you're involved with. That's the value of this, what I call the SEPA, Self-Empowerment Principles of Awareness Information. So yeah, and so we go into the pod, what I call the pod space, into your prayer salon, and into that mechanics, and we connect into what I call the Ureta zone, which is working with a lot of the KDVL information. And that's connected into something now called the Ureta zone. Field first, now zone. And it's just connecting into, it's just wow. So we work with pretty intense stuff. So that's what we're involved with. The class is going to get starting in September. And I will include a link for reading more up on it if you would like to do it. I'm also going to have a Q&A on August 8th at 12 p.m. EDT New York time on Saturday. So if people kind of read through the information and have gone through this class and are thinking, you know what, I really feel like this is something that resonates with me, you can ask your questions and go from there. Again, they'll be starting the first Saturday in September. It's 6 months, meeting bi-weekly, every other week. That was what I was told to do. That's what I was guided, and this current class went very well. Doing that, it's like you have a session. It's pretty intense. It kind of takes a couple weeks to really integrate what we do in the sessions, and then we get back into it. And in between, I have our SEPA sessions and a recording of the assignment. So you have the book reading of it plus a recording to really make lifestyle changes. Not just do the text and think everything's going to shift and change. You also have to change your programming. So I put the two together in my class, in this book. I keep going like this because when I first went online, I was inviting people. So I had the phone this way. When I went to put the phone this way, Facebook does not like that, so it still has everything that way. I'm still hoping. Nobody's told me that I look funny, so um, yes, I'm this. Yeah, Keylonic Science is the foundation. The camera is upside down. I was asking if somebody was telling me if the camera was upside down, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, everything's fine." Okay, um, all right. So, bummer. Okay, it looks like I lost somebody. Okay, um, so yeah, Keylonic Science. Like I say, I utilize the light body structure of Keylonic Science. I utilize the new information as well. I integrate it. Thank you that I've moved the phone up right, and I incorporate other teaching. To me, what I've learned, what I get, is the law of one is a mechanics. It's a science of manifestation or creation mechanics. It's not a religion, although it has certain effects of benefits of spiritual, quote unquote religion. It's really a science of who we are. So, as the all it is. So I've kind of incorporated the gems from the teachings that incorporate that kind of thinking, or how you create your reality, the law of attraction, all those things that have Keylonic Science components to it, but of course they have their missing links because they all do, except for when Keylonic Science brought it back in. So my job, to me, even though people get upset, oh, nasty Abraham Hicks and nasty Science of Mind and nasty, horrible, although Seth, when people say that, it's like, come on, Aisha says that they're worth. That's how Aisha cut her teeth on Seth. And when she was young and learning this information, it's what helped build her up to where guardians could work with her. But anyway, so I try to get those gems out and reintegrate them back into the teachings. And even Aisha says, read other stuff, incorporate it in, know it, know what works about it, and know what doesn't work about it. Okay, I'm 4 minutes over. I'm doing better than I did last week. I was way over last week. So before we end, anybody have anything they want to add? Anything they want to say about anything else about their experience? And gosh. Yeah, anything they want to say about going through the different density realms and their experience with that. The meditation, the mechanics of that. I don't know, anything you want to tune into. It's pretty powerful. I mean, it really, in a sense, of all the years of Keylonic Science I got when I read Seth, well, when I read Seth, I understood Seth, I think, better than most people understand Seth, because I think a lot of people read the material and don't really get it. But it also helped me understand Keylonic Science better, too. So I really think they go hand in hand personally myself. They really work well together. And the thing I like about Keylonic Science, or Seth, is Seth really put the focus. Oh, actually, Abraham Hicks does the same thing, and I think a lot of people booger them because of that. But I think it's important because we create our own reality. I'm not going to say if we create our own reality. So whatever you hold in mind matters. So if you're holding in mind that there are demons and fallen angelics and really focusing on generating that fear and that energy, whatever you resist persists. And that's, to me, sort of been a failing of the Keylonic Science movement. Personally, myself, I feel that. Yeah, she was way ahead of her time. Yeah, Jane Roberts. So yeah, he really worked to have people focus on mindfully creating and seeing the world, because really, naturally, organic state perpetually renewing is hugely positive. Naturally, we are hugely positive. Second, finite creation mechanics is what gets into not being okay, being little, being fearful, not being okay. That artificial, not inorganic program. Naturally, the true organic is very positive, very joyful, very loving, very enlivening. All right, I'm still going over. I'm not seeing any other questions. I think we lost Kimberly. And I know we lost Jennifer because bless her heart. she's very energized. She did some work earlier. Max Schulter gave me a copy of the Nature of Personal Reality hardcover. Oh wow. Yeah. There's a Tim. We're actually technically really over, so if anybody needs to go, let's see. Yeah, Tim Hart does a audio version. Reed has done an audio version on YouTube. It's Tim Hart, and he's read a lot of her books, and I just listen to that over and over, the different books over and over again. Yeah. What's your best advice on letting go resistance except for the breathing into it? Some things really stick. The breathing into it, the more you can get your pillar of power going, pillar of peace going, and the deeper you can go in connecting with your clan family makes a difference. But sometimes when you have those things that are really fighting, you may need to look at them. There's something up within you that's wanting to, needs to have a voice. It needs to be said. You need to recognize it, and it's trying to tell you something to be aware of, to be cognizant of. So sometimes it may be that you need to just sit with it and be breathing with it, but be open to what is it trying to tell you. All right? And then once it has its say, whatever it is, it's an elemental conscious aware being. It needs to have its say. And then it'll eventually release itself. And you can, because it's probably usually with that kind of stuff, again, it's probably like an attachment. It's something pretty there. It's built up. It's more than just a little fluffing something off. It's significant. You probably have a story with it. You probably have a lifetime that you really did a lot with it, with whatever the issue is. And especially for you. So yeah, that's what's that's what's going on, is you just need to give it a voice. That's what I'm getting. I know that happens with me. It's just, it needs to have its say. We've been so shut down. Our throat chakra's just twisted up and cut off, that yeah. Any other questions? I am happy to answer. And again, it's a journey, it's a process. And sometimes, you may clear one part of it and it may have its say, but then that just opens to another part, because we have these like program Keylon coded, messed up, twisted programs built up, blocking the energy lines. And sometimes you just need to really play. Sometimes you just need to take a break from it and just play. Just take a walk, eat ice cream, whatever it is that's fun for you. Do it. Build up your quanta, your energy, and then you can come back at some of those tougher issues. And also, as you know, in the book, that the SEPA book, kind of really goes through a process, too, of working through issues, and it does take time sometimes. And you got to find the you're feeling an energetic, vibratory signature, emotional feeling around the issue, and you're vibrating a particular rate, so you're attracting stuff as well. And then you want to find the next positive, next better feeling thought. But you can't go from being angry and resentful to joy. There's too much of a gap in between, right? You want to go to the next one up. So I think anger would be resentment, jealousy. I'm trying to think. There's different levels that you go up. Feeling them. You don't stay in them long, and obviously, you don't act upon some of them. You just feel them, and when you feel a bit of a relief from it, then you can go on to the next one. And I'm thinking next week. This is Callie, my little spirit kitty, that's feeling the frequency. It's been running around mewing since we started. Yeah. So the next one's practice living in perpetual appreciation for next week. And then the week after will be practice feeling versus emoting now. So we'll really get into what I just talked about on how to make those shifts through in learning the difference between emoting and feeling. There's a difference in what that is. So we'll be talking about that not next week, but the week after. So, yeah. Anything else? And again, people get, yeah, makes sense. Neutrality, reasoning, acceptance, willingness. And yeah, just honoring yourself, honoring where you're at, honoring that something legitimately happened to you for a trauma, and it needs to be heard and felt and breathed into. And then again, rising. When you breathe, the power of the breath, one of the powers of the breath is maps of consciousness, David. Okay. Okay, cool. Is one of its powers of the breath is slowing the momentum down, right? We were working last week with the breath. It slows things down. That's part of why going to sleep helps too. When you get something that's really tough, you take a nap. It slows the quantum thrusts of momentum of the thought intention of the reality you've created. When it slows down enough, you can then feel out what's the next better feeling emotion. Breathe into that, which kind of helps see the situation just a little bit differently. Little shift. Next level, shift. You're still respecting how you're feeling, the situation. You're just expanding into it, expanding your consciousness into it, seeing it at a more awake and aware, expansive level as you go up the emotional scale. Okay. Which if you actually purchase the book that I do have on sale, I don't know where Abraham Hicks got it originally. It might be the same place that you got yours. I got it out of the Ask and It Is Given by Hicks, page 297. their emotional scale. So it's very helpful knowing, because we're not really taught how to feel, what our feelings are. We're very shut down from that. Men more than women, but women really have a trouble with it too. And that really shuts us down from our spiritual growth. So yeah, that's why it's such a key part of, and it's part of my background, counseling background too. So I understand the importance of feeling the feelings and working through the feelings and honoring who you are and where you're at and what you're about, and learning from those experiences and expanding and moving out of them and releasing them being stuck in the body. But yeah, let's see. David R. Hawkins is another source for looking at an emotional scale. Maps of consciousness. Okay, awesome. Anything else? Okay. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Michael, do you think next week you'll be able to join this group again easier? You figured it out how to connect in? I'll try to make sure I do an invite link so it'll be in your, when you drop down your list thing, it should be in there saying a live, event. You're invited to a live event. Should be able to click on that. Okay. You guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys later. Ashalam ta akashadur, ashalam ta akashadur, ashalam ta akashadur. To Asia Intadori, to Asia Intadori. Okay. I'm just waiting a moment to see if there's anything else. Okay, no thanks. Okay. Awesome. All right. Take care, Johan and Michael. All right.